Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing? Okay, my mic's up. I was just checking to see my mic is working. Let me know if it's all loud and clear. Good evening and welcome to the last daily market summary for this week. I'm excited. The week is over. Like any other person, I'm going to take some time off to go relax. As I said in my previous pre-market video, one of the videos I did this week, I am a strong, big fan of Big Brother Niger, and reality TV is one of the ways I relax. So I'm looking forward to this weekend and catching up with the current season of Big Brother Niger. But back to the markets. I Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Remember, like, share, subscribe. As always, please note, nothing I say is financial or trading advice. You need to sit down, look at the numbers, see if what I'm saying makes sense to you or not. And it should not, you cannot base your decision on what I say. What I say is just like an opinion. It's just people have opinions on things. You don't run your life based on people's opinions, but you run your life based on how you shape your views and all that. So do like, share, subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, helps with the views, and just helps to get the content out to other places. Also, always please note, not financial or trading advice. So let's get right into it. All share index fell 0.56% today. Um, the last couple, I think this is probably the first time in maybe 5 days or 7 days or more that we've had a negative day. And it's not a big deal, really. Markets go up and down. Some days positive, some days negative. So a negative day is not a big deal. Now, the index measures average performance of stocks on the exchange. Some stocks will do better than the index, some stocks will do worse than the index. What were the best performing stocks today? And the top three best performing stocks today: Champion Breweries, that up 10%, close at 14 naira 41 kobo. Union Daikon up 10% to close 9 naira and 90 kobo. Union Daikon is, there's not much of activity in the firm, but the company is supposed to used to be producing salt. I don't know if any activities are taking place. The last I checked the numbers, I didn't see any activities. So, but Daikon, at least the company description says back in the day, it used to produce salt. Linkage Assurance. Linkage Assurance is in the insurance space. Insurance stocks have been buzzing for the last couple of days following news of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signing the Insurance Act. So, last 3-4 days have been all about insurance stocks, volume wise, top gainers wise, and all that. It's been raining insurance stocks. So it's not surprising that you have insurance stocks on the list. So Linkage Assurance is an insurance company, and it runs up the top three gainers by volume. I picked For the gainers, I picked the top three stocks, or all stocks that did 10%. But are there any other notable stocks? A few. In fact, I probably should have included them. Guinness up 9.9%, closed at 155 naira. Yeah, that's probably the biggest market cap stock of the remaining of the gainers for the day. How about the losers? Abbey Mortgage, it's a mortgage bank, fell 9.87%, closed at 6 naira and 30 kobo. Custodian is a financial services firm, but it's essentially an insurance company, but they have other branches. So colloquially or informally, we call it custodian insurance, because that's where the roots of the firm started. But what you have is the holding company, and you have underneath it insurance companies and other companies in the financial services space. So custodian fell 8.48%. Not surprisingly, insurance stocks rallied, and so some of the declines you've seen in insurance stocks essentially is profit taking. Deep Capital fell 7.53% to close at 1 naira and 35 kobo. Deep Capital is a financial services firm. Company had hit a rough patch a couple of years ago, and I don't know where it is now, but that's what I know about the firm. Any other notable gainers? Oh, losers rather. MTN Nigeria fell 4.17% to close at 460 naira. And by the way, I had promised, and I tried to keep my promises. I had promised I was going to do an episode on MTN Nigeria. So you would have a Spotify episode on MTN Nigeria. It should be up. I'm not. It will be up Sunday. Yeah, I know it's one day late. Sorry, I'm late. According to Drake, it will be up Sunday. I like I've always been saying, it's such a huge company. I need to take my time to go through the numbers and present my thesis properly about the firm. So you get the content on MTN Nigeria by Sunday. But if you can't wait to Sunday, my part of my thesis is on my Twitter handle. So if you follow me on Twitter, you can find I tweeted it about a few hours ago. My thoughts on MTN, part of my thoughts on MTN Nigeria. So MTN fell 4.17%, closed at 460. Boa Cement fell 3.66 to close at 168.6. Those two stocks, MTN Nigeria and Boa Cement, declining, I would say are the reasons why the all share index fell today, because the index is weighted, right? And if you look at the big 20 or big 30 stocks, the top prominent among them, you have Boa Cement, you have MTN Nigeria, you have Dangote Cement, you have Airtel Africa and a few other firms. So with the index, when you have one of the huge parts of the index fall, very likely you will have the index fall as well. So even back in the days, even without me looking at the index or looking at the top gainers and losers, if I see that the big five or big 10, one of them declined or rose sharply, I know it will have a weighted effect on the index. So these were the top three losers today. Now, to the most actively traded by volume, three most actively traded by volume. And unsurprisingly, you guessed it, I mean, insurance firms. Linkage Assurance, 585 million. Linkage has been trading rather huge volumes. And I'll be doing an episode on Linkage tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it. More about that in a couple of slides. Linkage has been trading huge volumes. Huge volumes for me, as an analyst, tell me somebody's leaving or somebody's buying. The question is who? Then you have Universal Insurance. Universal Insurance has been trading large volumes since forever. When I mean since forever, since last at least over a month now, because the stock is fairly liquid. So if you check the daily market summaries on a back-to-back basis, and I hope by now, if you're not signed up to a brokerage houses, there's so many brokerage houses that some of them will actually have these details. They share links on their WhatsApp communities, sign up to their email, several of them. We have the likes of Apple. They do an excellent job on WhatsApp sharing these updates. You have FSDH, you have AfroInvest, you have Vativa. There's so many of them. So sign up to these guys. It's free for now, to the best of my knowledge. It may not be free tomorrow, but sign up so you can also have all details. Because if you notice, I've taken the top three gainers, losers, active by volume and value, because I'm a bit pressed for time and it's just easier for me to do this. But on days where we'll have huge numbers of significant gainers and volumes, so say 5 stocks doing 10% or 10 stocks doing 10%, and I'll put the entire list and the like. So most active by volume, 3 most active by volume, all came from the insurance space, and that's not surprising. In fact, when I look at the broader list of the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them were from the insurance space, and the remaining 2 were banks. So insurance stocks dominated the most actively traded stocks by volume. How about value? I remember I said in the last video, there's a difference between volume and value. Volume, number of shares traded. Value, the worth of the shares traded. So take note of that. By value, you have Dangote Cement, Zenith Bank, MTN Nigeria, where the top 3 most actively traded stocks by value. Dangote Cement, 7.2 billion, Zenith, 2.1 billion worth of shares traded, MTN Nigeria, 1.9 billion worth of shares traded. The remaining 7, I would say, they're regular, so to speak. UBA, Access, Seplat isn't usually a regular, GTCO, Linkashore, ETI, EcoBank Transcenter. And watch out for my ETI episode as well. ETI episode very likely will be out Sunday. And in case you're wondering, why do I have so much content going out on Spotify? Spotify doesn't Spotify has the capacity for me to push out as much information as much, or to put it in simple terms. With Spotify, I can put out lots of content at once and my views aren't affected. In fact, it actually seems to be good for my views. Yeah. So these are the top three most actively traded stocks by value. What's coming up tomorrow? Tomorrow, 5 p.m. West African time, which is about 12 p.m. Eastern time in Canada, I think. I will be having a part two video on insurance stocks. I've covered a couple of them a few days ago in one of my videos. You can check. So I'll be covering a part two. And this time I'm going to be focusing on Regency Alliance, Linkage Assurance, Veritas Capital, Royal Exchange, and Sooner Assurance. I'm not decided yet if I'm just going to have one single page and then I'll discuss like I did in the previous video, or if I'm going to have a split of pages. So I have maybe one page. So that'll be one page per stock. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I'm not decided yet. It's always hard to decide because I need to crunch my numbers, and so it's the complexity and depth of the numbers that will let me know. But it's very likely I'll simply put each of them on one page, so it's easier for people to analyze and all that. And I might also decide, depending on the length, I'm not sure if I can squeeze it into my screen. I might decide to have a jumbo page having all the insurance companies, but I don't know if I can fit it into one page. So let's see how it goes. Now for Spotify, on Spotify, I will be having individual episodes on each of these stocks because from what I've seen, a 5, 10, 15-minute video, it's not enough for me to analyze. Typically it will take me 10 minutes to analyze one stock. So if I say 10 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a 1 hour video. Nobody's going to watch a 1 hour video. The last video I did on Airtel Africa, I think that's the longest video I did. 25, 26 minutes. Did do quite well. I'm not sure if it's because of the timing or because of the volume of videos I posted that day. Let me know. Let me know what you want. You want all of them individually, or you want all of them in one page? Let me know. Drop your comments in the comment section. Drop your views, your choices in the comment section. I would look at it and I'll see who wins. If I have put each stock on one singular page, but a stock per page in one video, let me know. If you want 5 stocks, one page, one video, let me know as well. On Spotify, I will have each individual episode on Spotify because that way Spotify episodes are not long. So as I was saying, do follow on Spotify because there I can take my time and go into length. The longest Spotify episodes I have are the Twitter spaces that I do. And by the way, there's a Twitter space coming up on Sunday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time to 10 p.m. Nigerian time. So you don't want to miss that. Follow me on Twitter, Greenticker on Twitter. It's pinned there. So there's lots of content. And I picked insurance because, insurance stocks have been buzzing. You go where the traffic is. There's not enough content. That is the whole essence of me doing this day in and day out. I want a situation whereby anyone who's looking for content, who's trying to research, who probably doesn't, I'm new to Nigeria. I just want to let me know where can I find information on stocks on YouTube. So that's the essence of what I'm doing. So just let me know what you want. And in case you're wondering, it's a Greenticker Tales podcast. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on YouTube Music. Those 3 places. I've been promising I'd find time to put up all this content on the website. Maybe I'd see maybe if I can do it this night, but you will get the content. And from time to time, you get content on the website. I do a weekly market summary. It goes up on my Substack. and it goes up on the website. And from time to time, when I see breaking news, I put it there as well. So all I would say is follow me everywhere. I know you can't be everywhere at once. I know you can't check all platforms every day at once, but just follow everywhere, because some content would only go on some platforms. Some content would go across all platforms. I mean, for instance, I don't have the daily market summary uh, on the website, but maybe I have to start doing that. I think I'll do that today. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, have fun, be good.